All right, Cathy's, we are back. You're getting a midweek episode. Everyone's in town.
Well, very rare.
Yeah. At least Anna and I are here. Luckily, because it's the end of the year, I'm not traveling, so do not have to hop on a plane this week. The big news I want to talk about that has had a big chatter all over the state of California.
Okay.
Fog.
Sure.
We don't get fog inland like where we live. Occasionally, maybe once a year. The last week, it's like I live in fucking, I don't know what Maine is like, but I imagine Maine is foggy. And I then, in our Discord, in the group chat Discord, people were talking about San Jose and Central Valley. So then I Google it. The whole fucking state has deep, deep fog.
Yep.
I don't believe it.
So you think there's a conspiracy on why fog is onsetting before Christmas?
Yeah.
And what's the conspiracy? What's the motive?
Yeah, I think they're moving something. Can't see anything.
Moving what though? Aliens?
Maybe. UFOs?
Okay.
You cannot see anything.
No, you can't.
Like you look up, you look straight, there's nothing. I was driving early this morning. The fucking walk.
I mean, it's a good kind of way to distract the population.
Yeah,
if you're
fog is distracting.
Yeah.
And then, so there's that. The other thing, I'm a big believer of cloud seeding. It's now true. It's been happening.
Yeah, it happens in Dubai every year.
What, next week? All rain.
So what are they moving?
No, or it's cloud seeding. It's just, shit. We put out too many seeds, too much fog, too many clouds. I just don't believe, what is this fog? This is bullshit. I get the beach. Why where we live?
Yeah.
We should not have fogs.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm not the weatherman.
And Central Valley, San Jose, everyone is saying this is the worst fog ever. The climate's just not perfect.
So what hill are you dying on? What's the purpose of the fog? Transporting UFOs? Transporting aliens? What are they transporting? You think it's a kind of misdirection of something's happening?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the misdirection for?
I don't know. They could be fucking moving vaccines. I don't know what they're moving. They're moving something. I think they're moving something.
Okay.
Right over our head. We can't see anything.
You can't even see the stoplight.
No. That's what I'm saying. What an incredible way to do anything you want. It's the ultimate misdirection. You literally, and it may not even be over our head. It could be in the street. Like all of a sudden, if 50 tanks just move through the street, we won't even know.
Okay. So we're
if there's any fog experts, I would love for them to DM me on what's going on. Because I don't like when you Google fog, they say, oh, when the climate is cold at the bottom and hot at the top and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, fine. Once in a while that happens. A week?
Right.
A week of fog?
Yeah, a lot of fog. And rain, you said next week.
And it's pouring rain all next week.
That sucks. I hate when it's
Christmas is rained out. I don't get it.
Okay.
All right. Talking about misdirection, Trump has a press conference. So today is Wednesday afternoon. In the next 6 hours, he will have a press conference.
9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Yes, he's going to have a press conference. And Tucker Carlson just came out and said that he spoke to members of Congress. It is about going to war with Venezuela. And the discussion has been the Venezuelan conflict has been about drugs. It's clearly about oil.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with drugs.
Yeah, Venezuelan drugs go to Europe, not America.
Yeah.
Mexico drugs go to U.S.
Yeah, we have a more closer partner for drugs. We don't need Venezuelan drugs. So it is about oil.
Yeah.
That is a large oil, exporter. I didn't understand what Trump was saying in his tweet, but he made the assertion that it is our oil that Venezuela is exporting. So I don't know if at some point American companies were involved in the extraction of that Venezuelan oil and we got kicked out, or right. I don't know what happened, but he's announcing he's going to war. One of the things that has been something he's been saying, which I'm now like, he's very easy to read. He tells you what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
He wants $2 gas. He said he wants $2 gas. crude oil is at a 4-year low. It's at $55 a barrel. The gas station near me on Sunset, always obnoxiously high gas, is at $4.49. If that gas station's $4.49, there are sub $4 gas pumps in California. And in many of in other states, we're in the low threes. And in a few states, we're under $3. And I forgot the math, but there is a clear distinction between, for every 10 cents of price on gasoline, the consumer discretionary spend is
I know what you're
inverse,
saying.
Right? And so I don't know what the GDP impact is, and maybe we can look that up. But like, one of the things that, if you think about like, where do you get the stimulus you need in the economy? Gas is an easy one. You drive the price of gas down, you then have consumers instantly have more cash.
So if you believe Tucker's proclamation, which he's been tweeting about and everyone's been following the last few hours, and obviously when the pod comes out, we'll know what actually happens. Yeah. What's Trump's goal? To go to war with Venezuela over oil? And what do you think the mechanism is to actually drive the price down? That's what I don't get.
I think just control it. I don't think this is like the Bush era of oil where they want to drive the prices up. I think he's just like, fuck it. United States is a net exporter of oil now, right?
Yeah,
we drill enough. We do not need foreign oil anymore.
No,
we don't. So the only thing I could think of is he wants global oil prices to go down because he thinks it'll have a positive impact on the American economy. I don't know any other reason why we are in conflict. And so he has to explain that to the American people today. Because if you're going to put lives, there's tankers, there's fucking planes.
Yeah, American soldiers are going to be in conflict.
Yes. And so he's a salesman. What is he going to go and sell today when he goes up there? I don't know.
I don't know either. And I think it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of shooting from the hip. He probably is getting some intel and then he just runs with it.
Yeah.
And we'll see. And there are lives at stake. That's the...
Yeah. So maybe he'll share the intel today about like why and what's happening. I mean, there could be like, here's the thing. It's really hard from a war perspective for American people to believe anything, given that like what happened in Iraq, what happened in Afghanistan. We don't have any trust in our government when it says why we go to war for something, weapons of mass destruction, whatever it is. If he just comes out and said, hey, if I do this, I'm going to give you $2 gas. Everyone's going to be like, yeah, fuck it, go. If you just be honest, just like my entire goal is so that you guys get $2 gas.
Yeah.
Who's opposing the war then?
Yeah.
Like, people who care about soldiers' lives are going to be like, okay, we don't want a conflict. We want peace. The average American might be like,
the thing is,
bomb the shit out of them.
I think with Trump, and this is politics aside, I think his rhetoric has been winning, but actually what's happening is losing.
What's losing?
So he was a crypto president. Crypto's down by all measures.
Yeah.
He's a tech president. AI is now like even Oracle, which is Larry Ellison, stocks getting pummeled.
Yeah.
The credit default swaps are like rising.
They also everything ran up too much.
They ran up. But my point is, he's saying things that get people excited. But when you look at the facts, things are actually not happening.
Yeah.
Unemployment's actually increased since he's been in office.
Yep.
But he's a good salesman. He can tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat. Just look at the facts.
Yeah.
Like crypto's down, unemployment's up.
You want to give you my hot take?
What?
I think this is a typical playbook they've had in this administration, which is there's a lot of volatility in the way they operate.
Sure.
So the tariff thing, everyone said, end of the world, it's over. We're fucked. What happened? Market crashes. Everything goes on ripping for 6 months straight. Here's what I think is going to happen over the next 6 months. My prediction. I'm giving a little bit of what I'm going to predict for 2026, but lower gas prices, immediately give a stimulus to the consumer. 100% in the first half of this next year, there's going to be a stimulus check given out. 100%. I don't have any doubt in my mind. $1,000, $2,000, $2,500. It's going to a certain subset of income people. And then what you have to bank on, what they're betting on, is that this is the trough of the economy is hitting right now. And that where I think the Bessents and the David Sacks of the world are in the president's ear is all of this investment we've made in AI, all these companies, you will see a productivity boom. And this is what Bessent has been saying since August on the news shows, is we're going to see some short-term pain and then you're going to see earnings growth, because the earnings growth for next year is still there. It's not like no one is expecting to have a bad year next year. I think people are expecting the good companies to have a great year and then the mid-level companies to have maybe an okay year.
Yeah, no, I think he's a pro-business president.
Yeah.
I think nothing he's done has been pro-business in the last 12 months.
This is where I think that's changing.
So you think it's going to be a long tail?
I'll tell you.
I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm telling you my predictions. I'll tell you exactly my prediction. Dividend check comes. GDP is going to fucking rip. Inflation is coming down. It is across all the major metrics.
if you do the dividend check, inflation goes up.
I know, but we're going down right now. So if oil goes to $2, the impact on inflation will be so dramatic.
See. Yeah, let's see if it gets to $2. But that's your prediction.
Yeah. Then the tax cuts that are in the system for Q1, the refunds that people are going to get, it's $100 billion. That's what they're expecting.
I don't know the math.
Yeah. So no, it's out. But Congressional Budget Office put it out. It is literally going to be somewhere in the $100 to $150 billion of expected tax refunds because of the Trump tax cuts. Where do you think that's going to go? You think it's going to savings bonds? It's going to go into equities. It's going to go into consumer discretionary spend, and the rip will happen. So here's my prediction. They're timing everything for the midterm. They know if they lose the fucking House, then it's a gridlocked last 2 years and you can't get any policy done. So he's making the big bet. Things are going to be tough for a while. Probably by the end of Q1, everything starts to rip. And by the summer, everyone's feeling good.
But from a politics standpoint, the Republicans, it's been known that they don't like where Trump's going and they're getting crushed, right? Yeah. Miami went blue.
But Miami
hasn't been blue for 30 years.
But historically, it's
30 years. Yeah. What are you talking about? Historically, 30 years.
It was
100 years. What are you talking about? We're talking about right now.
Okay, so but Miami's not a reflection of the whole country.
No, but the point is even Nashville was a very tight race. It should not have been. And I think Republicans in the midterms are very worried with what Trump is doing.
Yeah, the thing is they don't have SA in the matter. So
I know they don't, but they're going to get smoked.
But it all depends on where the economy's in 6 months. That's all that matters. We know that it's not about policies.
No, I know, but I don't think the economy can turn in 6 months.
I think
it can't.
I think it can. I don't think people realize how bad it's been for 2 years. 2 years it's been bad. We're effectively, if it wasn't for all the AI CapEx spent in the last 2 years, we would be in a recession. It's just from a mathematical standpoint, from a GDP retraction standpoint, we would be in a recession already. But they spent so much fucking money that it lifted the entire country. We've been in a recession. We know that. I said 2 years ago we were in a recession. And so I think majority of the country has been in a recession. Recessions don't last long. I think they last on average 18 months or something. And so if that's the case, I actually think there are going to be signs in the fact that Black Friday was good, I cannot believe it. I was blown away that it was good. Everybody said it was good. It was crazy. I was expecting a disaster of a Christmas. And so the consumer's there. They're spending money. So yes, unemployment is going to tick up. probably again in Q1. Fed has no choice. They're going to keep cutting rates. And then in May, when the homie gets replaced.
I think March, right?
I think it's May.
Is it May?
Yeah. He's going to get replaced. And then what's going to happen then? That guy's cutting.
Yeah. No, it doesn't help average people, but it'll help asset holders.
Low interest rates help credit card. That it helps mortgage interest rates. It helps the average person. Interest rate is the one thing that actually helps everybody. Of course, assets are going to inflate and all this. And the reason why I believe this is because I think the stock market's going to rip next year. And I think if it's going to rip next year, the only way it rips next year is if there's inflation. And the only way there's inflation, if there's cash is in everyone's pocket. So I do believe inflation will tick up. I don't think it's going to tick up until the money gets doled out. Like when the dividend comes back and the tax refunds hit, then we'll have inflation. Because the tariffs didn't cause inflation at this point. Consumers just stopped spending, right? Like,
and companies stopped bringing in goods.
Yeah, because there wasn't enough demand to fill that. There's a lot of excess. So I think and I think Trump knows it's all about the midterms. He has to just bang out all the policies he wants passed by August.
Yeah, I think they're in a pickle because all the data points that the midterms are going to be pretty bad for the Republicans.
Yeah, I agree. I think if it was today, he would lose. I think the plan that will play itself out, I think they're going to.
But the problem is, did you see the Vanity Fair article with all the Trump insiders, Susan Wiles and all these people?
I didn't read the article. I saw the picture.
Whatever. I read the clips. I didn't read the whole article. Vanity Fair does like 10,000 word articles.
Who's reading those?
And, but the point is they have no control of him. The insiders don't.
We needed Vanity Fair to tell us that?
No, but the point is they're willing to tell Vanity Fair they have no control.
Yeah.
Which is very different than most administrations.
They were throwing him under the bus the last time.
I know. So my point is there's no master strategy. No, it's just him.
Yeah, but
he's not even like, if he was listening to Jared and Josh, I'd be like, okay, fine. You have two smart minds in the room.
Here's what I do think. I think he listens to everyone, but he does whatever the fuck he wants. That's what I actually think what happens. Because I know plenty of people that have actually physically met with him, and he was like, great, thanks. He listens. He's not like he's not. Sleepy didn't meet with anyone.
Yeah, that was a problem for sure.
Like, everyone, all these leaders who go meet with them, they're like, I listened to 30 minutes of Joe Rogan and Jensen.
Yeah.
I mean, Jensen's like, I have the president's ear, and I did not have that in the previous, with any administration. And like, he's the most important person on earth right now.
Yeah.
And so like the fact that he has a communication with the leader of the country, I right now, Republicans don't have anything to stand on. If the election was today, they would lose. They would lose the House, right? In 6 months, if the economy is good and it's not fucking falling off a cliff, then it's a different story.
I think, in kind of like high level macro, you're right. But the problem is they're facing an uphill battle because the AI shit is happening really quickly.
But you saw what Elon tweeted today. Elon said,
he said everyone shouldn't have a job.
He said, we're not worried about universal basic income. We're going to worry about universal high income because AI is going to make everything.
I know he said that on Rogan. That was where he made this statement.
Yeah, but he tweeted it out today again in someone's comments about, AI. And so every technological revolution, everyone has said everything is falling apart.
Fair, but what's your point with jobs actually being lost?
Every technology revolution has caused jobs to lose, and then new industries are formed. To say that nothing is, humans are resilient. It's just like it is an uneducated. Like Tucker Carlson's take on All In was such an uneducated take on AI. Was like stupid. Like I can't talk to people who tell me that all the jobs are going to be lost and the robots are going to take everything over. That's not the fucking case.
That's not the point. The point is, I think entry level white collar jobs are gone.
Of course, then there'll be new jobs. There'll be new industries and new jobs.
So, but that takes like a whole cycle of all these people. But it
happened in agriculture in the early 1900s. It happened.
Yeah. So like if you're, you have $200,000 in debt in some private school that's not Harvard or Stanford.
Okay. You know where it gets fixed? Education in this country will cost a lot cheaper. That is the visceral reaction.
It's a 20-year cycle.
It may not be. If AI can happen that fast, if there is no customers anymore and there's not a federal institution backing loans, then you're going to drop your fucking pants.
I agree, but it's not going to happen that quickly. We know how slow industries work.
The beauty is that
AI can work because private companies can do whatever they want.
And I think private...
Like you as a CEO can be like, okay, cool. I don't need to worry about that. Stanford, USC, UCLA can't just fire 50% of their faculty. They can't.
They might. They fire coaches.
Yeah, but they get paid.
Yeah. But I mean, they
get paid $50-60 million to leave.
And by the way, I don't know if you're noticing in the UC system in California, there is layoffs, a lot of layoffs, because we are so in deficit in California. We're poorly run state. We have bloated deficits. Everyone has to correct, right? So like those corrections of jobs, there'll be new jobs, new industries, new companies being created. One thing the AI thing is doing is creating a fuckload of new jobs too. There's new sales jobs.
I think the difference between what AI is doing is the structures that have been around for hundreds of years. And even if you talk about post.com, 25 years, have to get disrupted. And that's not easy. It's not happening in 2 years. It's not happening in 3 years. There's going to be so much pain. I'm telling you, there's going to be pain.
Okay, that's your opinion. I don't have to agree with it. I don't believe that. I think what's going to happen is corporate profits are going to explode.
100% corporate profits going to explode.
Okay.
But they're going to do it with less people.
Yes. I think corporate, and what that does is corporate profits yield more investments. Google's not handing out dividends. Microsoft's not handing out dividends. Apple's not handing out dividends. None of these motherfuckers are handing out dividends. They are spending like they're fucking drunken sailors. With that spending, okay, construction of data centers, new energy resources, solar, all these things are being invested in. These people want to conquer the world. They're not trying to get fat on a $100 billion dividend. They don't give a shit. So when you spend money, you create jobs. There are jobs created from all the CapEx that's being spent.
I'm just saying it's going to be a different person. So all these people that thought they were getting the Google job aren't getting it.
Yeah, it'll be different companies, it'll be different jobs. And yes, and what will happen is you're not going to get the easy $250,000 a year job anymore. Yes, that's gone. That's going to get replaced. There will be a way for you to make $250,000 a year, but you're going to have to be a valuable member of society. Otherwise, you're not going to get paid.
That's fair.
Hopefully
it's
and you have to retrain and it's like there's so many people who listen to this podcast where we told them go do this, go do that, go learn this, go invest in this. They did it, became rich, literally. And I'm here to tell you, this is the exact same opportunity. Everything is going to get more efficient, and if you do not know how to use AI tools, you personally, you will be out of a job. I promise you, 100%. The amount of AI use I do from morning to night to help me do my job is fucking insane. From everything from creating presentations, emailing, scheduling, researching. I have so much use of AI. We have an internal bot, Ghost Copilot we've built. It is so fucking powerful in the way that I do my job. But I've made a commitment as a 45-year-old person. If I don't understand this and use this to my benefit, I'm fucked. I will get replaced. No one will need me anymore because I'm not thinking AI first either. And that was the notion the Shopify CEO came out and said, we are AI first company. What does that mean? We internally have to be believers in the tool. I'll give you an example. My kids collect sports cards. I don't know what the value of anything is. I don't know how to even look up the price of a card anymore. I literally do not know how to do that. I want to ChatGPT. I put all their fucking cards in there and it gave me the price of every single card in 3 minutes. Hundreds of cards. It was nuts. It's just like the world is changing. Get more efficient. Like you cannot sit there in your job and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to take it is going to, if you think AI is going to take your job and you didn't do anything about it, that is your fucking fault.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's going to take your job.
Yeah. But if you evolve your skill sets now, like if you're not on ChatGPT all day or Gemini or Grok or whatever tool it is, and you're not learning, I don't give a fuck how old you are. If you are in the workforce, that is your goddamn responsibility. It is a capitalist society. We are not communism.
You know, I actually had one of the most refreshing conversations this past week. A person I know, he's a partner at a law firm.
Yep.
And he just was miserable. And it wasn't working for him. Like, he made a bunch of money, I'm sure. And I was like, what are you thinking? He's like, I'm giving up law. And I was like, what are you going to do? And he's like, I'm actually going to be an apprentice to an electrician.
He's going to be rich.
And he's like, I'm going to learn how to be an electrician because I know that's where the world's going. This guy's a partner at a law firm.
Yeah.
And he's giving it all up. And he's like, I wasn't happy. It made me miserable. It wasn't a good family life. And he's starting Monday. And I said, you got to keep me posted on the updates.
He's going to be rich. You know why? The whole world needs electricians now.
Yeah, he's like, I need to make data centers.
Yeah.
Like, he's obviously extremely smart. He's a partner at a law firm. Yeah. And he's like, this is what I'm going to learn.
Yeah. Do you understand?
Do you know how many people have the fucking balls to do what that guy just did?
I think a lot of people will. I think
because he's like, oh yeah, I'm taking a fucking 90% pay cut, but I think it's going to work out.
Yeah, because we know the lawyer's getting replaced. Yeah. I mean, everyone I work with, like on the other side, I get the ChatGPT response when it's a legal thing. Like, no one's paying a lawyer for, if you're an individual dealing with a legal issue, are you paying a lawyer $1,000?
No, you should not. No chance.
Nothing. Everything I get legal. And by the way, we have an in-house lawyer who works with us, and I still put it in ChatGPT. Yeah. And then I'm like, this is what ChatGPT told me. What's your thought? And you know, for us, it's like a sanity check.
Even random medicines, you could put in ChatGPT and be like, question the doctor, be like, hey, is this right?
Everything I put in ChatGPT. That's my point, is that like everyone is telling you AI is coming for your job. If you just sit there. No.
I think you got to say it differently. Everyone is telling you AI is coming for your job. If you don't actually make the drastic decisions, like the person I'm talking about, who's making a decent living, and he's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah. So
who's going to do that? How many people are going to do that?
No, but you don't have to do that. Here's, I would say he could be an idiot. And what he should have done is start learning to be an electrician on the weekends while he still milks his legal job for the next 3 years. And then as he becomes like, he's just
but you have to go all in my opinion.
I don't think everyone can do that. If you have a job that pays you $400,000 a year and they're going to keep paying you, then fucking take it. And then, maybe you kill yourself on nights and weekends.
There's a lot of employees that you've had, that younger guys, and that talked to me, and I said, you have to go all in on one. Don't think you can go get a job and still work on the side thing. No, you have to figure it out.
Learning how to be an electrician, you can do on the side. Not saying you have to become an electrician, but learning how to be an electrician, you could learn on the side. By the way, you can probably use ChatGPT. You don't even need a fucking apprentice. You could probably learn it on the weekend. So all I'm saying is that, like, I believe everything you're saying on the AI revolution is here. I just think it's going to create new jobs. Maybe in 2 years, it's when you're at Mykonos, it's all the electricians. It's not the crypto bros and the finance bros. Who has the big house in Mykonos this summer? Jimmy, the electrician. He's got the $50,000 a night house, and the finance people are fucking. Yeah, they're stuck in Palm Springs for the summer.
I mean, I think we've learned that.
But that's how the shift will happen. All you need is one electrician on TikTok to have a Hamptons house, Mykonos
and then
in the summer,
be an electrician,
and New Year's Eve a boat in St. Bart's. That's it. The whole world. Fuck it. Education's done. Finance is over. Engineering is done.
You know, I actually I can't say the names, but a company that's going public in the next year, they are software business, and they do have a hardware component.
Yeah,
and you name your big pre-IPO private market fund, hedge fund that goes in these companies. The only thing they cared about was not the software, was the hardware. They're like, it's getting back to nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you have a hardware component. And they were very excited about the hardware component, not about the software.
Yeah.
And that it's funny that, like, it's coming back to real world. The AI revolution has basically commoditized everything we've seen the last 20 years. Yeah. And now it's like, oh wait, who actually has the things we can actually like interact with physically.
Yeah. And that's why you're also seeing the reaction to like real live events, the value of them just going through the roots, whether it's sports, whether it's music, whether these things are more valuable than ever because like everything else is bullshit. It's not worth anything anymore. Like sports teams are going to be worth $100 billion at this pace.
Yeah. Because you actually want to, no one's stopping going to the Rams game.
Yeah. And because it's like, at the end of the day, it's like almost going back to like Roman times. Like it's like gladiators. These are fucking gladiators. And like, where else are you going to go see this? Okay. Your movie's going to be made by AI. Your music's going to be made by AI. You're going to, whatever, all your work is going to be done by AI. You want to go relive some basic things.
Yeah, no, I think even in the gladiator movies and all the things we've seen from that era of the world, it's the rich and the royalty watching the gladiators, right?
Yeah.
The queen and king sit and watch these guys beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. And that's basically where we're going back to our roots.
Yeah, hardware is big.
Yeah.
You need physical goods. That's my honestly, like when I heard that, because I've never actually heard, I know that's like the theory, go back into it. When I actually met someone that's willing to do it, I was like, fuck, this guy's actually onto something.
Yeah. And I think the other piece is that the thing is, what I don't like, and it's going to happen just because media and social media will do it, is that all the AI talk is creating fear. And unfortunately, the fear is going to cause the job losses because even if you're a CEO, you're like, and right now, like if you're Google, you can cut people and use AI as the cover, right? And instead, it's just maybe you have too many people doing jobs that aren't as relevant anymore. And so I think like the challenge becomes like, how do you, the messaging of AI needs to be reworked. And I think it's good that like Srirams and the David Saxes are in the White House because they got to calm everyone's nerve down. Like the president has to get out there and share that message.
It's actually funny because this is now probably 17, 18 years ago. I was in a bunch of my friends, we were all in like banking, private equity kind of finance world.
Yep. And
we did a weekend and it was like Sunday afternoon before we were all coming back to LA.
Yeah.
And one of my friends who's a finance guy goes, we don't do anything. All we do is push paper. He goes, we're just pushing paper.
Yeah.
And we're not creating goods and services.
Yeah.
He goes, what are we doing? We're pushing paper. We press a button, create an Excel.
Yeah.
And I think there could be this whole like reimagination, like, oh, you got to build real shit.
Yeah.
And the people my point is all of us that were like kind of high achieving people academically, we're taught to push paper. And that no longer is the skill set that you need to have.
Yeah, which is good. The key is the education ecosystem has to evolve quickly.
Yeah, you have to get, you should probably see if you have calluses on your hands. Let
me see your teeth. Can you withstand the warm temperatures? Like, I don't know, like you're going to have to, and I think, and I said this, and I think this was happening as early as 10 years ago. And I'm seeing it in my kids' schools. Like most of the parenting style that's happening with highly educated, affluent people is no iPads, no technology, no nothing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's already solved.
Why do you need to learn? You don't need to learn. You don't need to learn any of that shit. You don't need to be in front of a screen anymore. I was telling my wife, I do not believe we're going to be carrying around cell phones. Like I do not, in 20 years, I don't think we're going to have cell phones. I don't think that's the medium that we're going to be interacting with each other anymore. Like
I think it reverts back to like human contact.
I think I think wearables will end up being a big part of it. But I think this notion of sitting here and staring at a screen is going to look so antiquated 25 years from now.
So if I had to make like a large prediction, I think the kids in their 20s are no man's land. And the kids that are like 8, 9 are going to be able to be groomed into this new world.
I completely agree because I'm seeing it with my son. We do not touch a fucking screen anymore. And I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you where he's learning to adapt in a different way. The way that these kids use Alexa for curiosity. Alexa, what are all the morning games on NFL this week?
Yeah.
Right? And they're learning, they're asking questions, and then they're asking about animals and plants and spiders, and they're learning. They know that they don't need to go, and they can just have someone tell them, and then they use that information however they feel. And they're learning in a way different format than like the 10 years ago where everyone's like STEM, computer science. Like, STEM might be fucking useless.
Even like just a funny example. When I went to Disneyland last week, we stayed at the Disneyland hotel, or California, whatever, the hotel. We walk in and it's fucking hot as shit.
Yeah.
The AC's not working.
Oh, okay.
And
in the hotel.
In the hotel. And I had to call and be like, can you send someone to fix AC? That job can't be replaced.
No.
We show up, we pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's fucking 80 degrees in this room.
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to fix it?
Yeah. Not Mickey Mouse.
Mouse ain't fixing it.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is I think the kind of to bring it all back, the person who I'm talking about, the lawyer that wants to become an electrician, he's seen both sides of the world, right? Yeah. He's around my age, right? He's in his 40s. So he saw the real world. He saw the kind of pushing paper world. And now he has to figure out what's he going to do the next couple of days. I need to go back to the real world.
Yeah. And he may, that might be more
the
of like
20-year-old won't. That's the problem. Right.
They'll do it out of necessity, right? Like they'll have no choice. You won't be able to make money.
Yeah.
So at some point you give up your pride and you go do it. Like I can't tell you how many restaurants I've been into recently in the last couple of weeks where they're like literally visibly have a sign, we are understaffed. We are not moving fast.
Yeah.
And, I'm sitting there. I forgot where I was recently. Popular, like casual spot. Not one fucking person came to take our order.
Right.
Nothing. It was like a cafe near our house. We went to dinner. There was one waiter for a 15 table restaurant. She's obviously overwhelmed and busy.
Upset,
not a friendly experience.
Yep.
And it's impossible to order. And then you go to a really nice restaurant. You just take a sip of water and 5 people are putting water in you, right? And they're charging you accordingly. It's a very expensive experience. And so I think like there's just a lot of dynamics in the market that I think are going to play into it. And so like, Waymo is in the process of raising independent funding. Well, Google is giving the money. And they're allowing external investors invest.
Like $100 billion valuation.
At $100 billion, Google's going to put up 10. I think they're going to raise 5 billion.
15 total.
Yeah, 5 billion of external. I think the run rate is like, I don't know, 2-3 billion of revenue next year or something like that. It's not like it's not like it's doing a ton of business yet. Nowhere near what Uber does in terms of revenue. But like, does anyone work at Waymo? Like, is that like a company?
I hope so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, I'm just curious. Like, you have this company Waymo. It's probably worth $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be the number one transportation company in the world. There's no.
Yeah, Uber will end up doing a partnership if I had to guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like, I think they did it in Austin. You can hail, right? And Uber will find, I think Uber's run by a very smart guy, and I actually think they're going to figure it out.
Can you believe it? Dara figured it out.
Yeah. I mean, he was the right CEO for that business. I do not believe Travis could have made the amount of cash that this company's making.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost 200 billion, I think, at this point.
And obviously people are low on it now because of what's happening with Waymo, but they found ways to monetize what they've done. And so you take Waymo. Waymo's this massive fucking business. What are the jobs that come from Waymo being big? Servicing those $2.25 cars is going to be a business.
Yeah.
Like you could build a new auto body shop, literally just servicing those Jaguar, LiDAR gets broken, fucking lights broke, whatever.
Yeah,
like there's going to be an industry of people that all they do is fix the Postmates robots.
Well, it's similar to like how many iPhone fix shops are.
Yeah, that
right
and
all
that
over
didn't
the
exist
world.
20 years ago.
All over the world.
Yeah, and that didn't exist. That's my point, is that there'll be new businesses. Everyone is so
You just have to be nimble. And the problem is college actually fucks you because you think you need to be the hedge fund guy. You think you need to be the banker. How many people have the balls to
but
switch
that's a
it?
very small group of people when they graduate college get those jobs. That's like 1,000 people. Most people do not get those jobs. Most people get an entry-level job in some large company.
Yeah.
Or some small business, right? Like, and you're doing some sort of combination of entry-level work across sales, marketing, finance, operations. And that's where most of your first job sits. So those people can be nimble. They can go where the tide is kind of flowing. But like the people that aren't going to make it are the people like some of these high paid professions where clearly these AI founders are targeting kind of these like arbitrage opportunities. I'm like, oh, where does someone get paid way too much money to do a very easy job?
Yeah. So I guess the thing is like, how do young people, like very high achieving young people, think about momentum? So if I were to think about myself 20 plus years ago when I was in college, we were told finance is the spot.
Yeah.
You have to be in finance.
Yeah.
Whether it's banking, consulting's kind of adjacent finance, but whatever. And then you get to private equity. We were told that's the path.
Yeah.
And had we actually thought outside the box, because I graduated in 2005.
Could have been in tech.
Had I gone to Facebook or Google,
Yeah.
I'd be a gazillionaire.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the balls to do it because I was told this is the momentum.
Yeah, and because those were at those times still startups.
Yeah, Facebook was nothing.
No.
And all the people that could have got banking jobs could have
done that.
easily gotten a Facebook or Google job.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the balls to do it.
I would say if I was a young person today and I would look at my company, and if they're not talking about AI all day, every day, and no matter what it is, I don't give a fuck what industry, get the fuck out. It's a wrap. Like, even if you're a fashion company and all the marketing is not done by, AI, if you're not using AI to help you design faster, if you're not using AI for your accounting purposes, you're not using AI for your legal, because the company of the future is just run more efficient. So that's why I think it's more important. So like, you could still have a fashion brand that's extremely successful. The thing is like, you just have to be leaner.
Yeah.
You can't have all these people anymore. People cost too much money.
Yeah.
So you have to be a leaner business. And in a leaner business, you got to utilize all the tools that are in the market to be more efficient. That's what I would say. If you're at a company where they're like, AI not gonna take my job, then you should get the fuck out of there immediately.
Yeah.
That company is going to fail. And it could be the electrician. Even the electrician should be figuring out.
Well, can figure out how to get a quicker job.
Yes.
You can figure out which job you can do and what
Yes.
the time is.
Yeah, exactly.
AI can fix that.
Yeah, there's so many things. Like, okay, Jim has a job in, Los Altos. He also has a job in San Francisco. Which one should he go to first?
No, so
I will tell you.
I mean, it's funny you bring that up. Like, so yesterday morning, we needed like some shit around the house that needed to be built.
Yep.
And so there's a person that I always reach out to, and he's like, yeah, he'll come between 8:30 and 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I know it's not that time.
Yeah. Come on, whatever the fuck they feel.
Yeah. But AI could be like, you got to show up here so you can get to the next job. You can get to that. And you would have gotten 10 more jobs that day.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Because it
saying.
took like an
I'm
hour.
with Scott Besson. The productivity boom is going to happen. Everyone's going to make money. Everyone's going to get rich.
But imagine if that McKinsey guy goes and does the handyman job efficiently.
He will.
He would have like 30 jobs.
I'm telling you, it's one Mykonos post away. One like elite looking. They have to look right too.
You got to get the hair.
You got to be a good looking white kid that fucking says,
I think a mixed kid could work.
yeah.
Mykonos is mixed.
Yeah. Ethnically ambiguous.
Yeah.
It needs to be ethnically ambiguous.
Yeah.
You can't, I don't want to know your race.
No one wants to see just a blonde guy in Mykonos.
No, but like, yeah, I would say like fairer complexion.
Sure.
It can't be dark.
Yeah.
Like if I did it, everyone's like, yeah, look at he's fucking Mexican. He obviously did this. Like it needs to be
No,
a fair,
Indians in Mykonos aren't a hot commodity.
What?
Indians in Mykonos are not a hot commodity.
No, that's what I'm saying. No one's going to think that's cool.
They just think, oh, you just stole money from your country.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, exactly. So it's got it. I can, if the czar David Sachs wants me to be the head of marketing.
What about
for AI,
Sriram? Can we get him on? He's our boy.
We should get Sriram because like this is the marketing. If AI does it right, you're gonna get everyone will stop going to college. College prices will plummet, and
which will be a good thing.
And then young people will make money. That's all. Everyone's pissed off because they're not making money. If all of a sudden your salary went from 80,000 to 150, let me tell you something. Your mood's gonna be good. You're going to be high on America again. You're not going to be shooting up everything in fucking sight like what's happening right now. People are just pissed.
Yeah.
Let people get rich. All right, moving on. Speaking of like gutting the past, the Oscars are heading to YouTube.
Interesting, yeah.
Dude, they've just given up.
Well, that's where the audience is. So they're praying that they can garner the YouTube
so they're
audience.
giving up the boomers. Because the boomers are the only people that watch the Oscars.
Yeah.
So it is a move by the Academy to basically say, fuck it. We can't live and die by this audience anymore. We're off to YouTube.
Yeah, so 2029. So we still have a few years, right?
Pretty soon.
Yeah, 3 years from now. I think, honestly, the Oscars don't matter. They don't drive box office revenue. They don't drive anything. And with kind
of Netflix buys Warner Brothers, it literally won't matter.
Yeah, Netflix, and we already saw Warner Brothers basically rebuffed Paramount's offer. So Netflix owns it.
Yeah. So if Netflix owns it, what is the? It's just
I don't know if the Oscars even mean anything. So why are they even? I hope like YouTube didn't even pay for it.
They paid a fortune, I'm sure.
I know, but okay, so you get.
You know why? I'll tell you why. It is if you assume in the AI world things are going to evolve and change. Nostalgic IP is extremely valuable. The Oscars is a nostalgic IP that could be valuable forever, right? Like everyone's there's these historic images of people winning Oscars.
Sidney Poitier, all that
Denzel
stuff.
And Robert De Niro and Leo and all these people at the Oscars, and all those famous ass directors and actresses and like the dresses, the red carpet. You can't recreate the culture around the Oscars today. You cannot. It is never going to happen. So we need YouTube saying, okay, look, people care about the dresses. People care about, a few of the awards. People care about the parties. Like
the Vanity Fair party, right?
No, even Chateau Marmont, Jay-Z party. All these things. Like I live in that neighborhood. I want to see it. I just want to drive by on Sunday night.
Or at least see the clips the next morning.
Yeah, and I think it's good you want to keep that ecosystem alive. And for YouTube, it means nothing.
Irrelevant.
$10 million, whatever they paid. Who gives a shit? And it's to keep that like legacy and YouTube be the reason why. And I think they're gonna also inject some newness into the idea. Like everyone has to do a YouTube short, and you could there's a lot you could do there. I like
so
it.
If you think about it, YouTube was bought for $1 billion and Instagram was $500 million, so 500 billion. What do you think the better buy was? I think it's YouTube.
It's YouTube. YouTube is, for media, it's the most valuable property.
Yeah, it's probably $500 billion independent company.
Yeah, because they also have the NFL.
Well, forget that. But I'm just saying.
No, I can't forget it.
The NFL, they just paid for it 2 years ago. Like, whatever.
Yeah, but now they have it.
Yeah.
I think that's an important
But the point is they already knew they had the audience. So
yeah,
I'm just saying from a property standpoint, those were.
I could see a world where there's no Instagram. I don't see a world where there's never no YouTube.
At this point, you're right, because you can replicate Instagram anywhere.
Yeah, and the fact that TikTok came out of nowhere in 5 years, look at the relevance of TikTok, is insane. Like for consumers.
Yeah, Instagram at this point is basically your personal yearbook. So you can go back, 10 years from now and see, what did I do 10 years ago?
Yeah, moments in your life.
Yeah.
Which, and I actually do not think Instagram ever goes away. I just think it's not the cultural relevance.
Like even we posted Vivian's birthday. Like it was honestly, selfishly for us. So at least from my perspective, I can't speak for Amanda, but like, okay, great. 10 years from now, I'll be like, that was the fourth birthday.
Yeah. That is, I agree. That's why the only reason why I post now is like, I have it in memory that I did this.
Yeah.
And that's it. I don't really give a shit if anyone else sees it. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. All right, moving on. You know, when you talk about like new economies and new things that are happening, I do not like this at all, but it is sweeping the world, and it's the prediction markets.
Okay. Yeah.
I heard the woman.
I'm trying to look on Twitter right now. Sorry, not to because Coinbase has a massive announcement that's supposed to happen today.
It's about prediction markets.
It's about everything, tokenization of everything. I'm trying to figure out. I know it's 2 p.m. They still haven't announced it. They said
maybe they have like their coin day.
Sorry. Yeah. They're trying to do like something.
So I think the prediction market has just swept the fucking globe between Polymarket, Kalshi, Robinhood. Everyone's doing it now.
Yep.
The whole fucking world's doing it. It came out today that of the prediction market total TAM, 44% is already sports.
Okay.
Which is insane because it was non-existent a year ago. It's gambling. You can call it prediction market. You can call it whatever the fuck you want.
It's YOLO market.
And the woman, I don't remember her name, but the CEO of Kalshi.
The woman who's the youngest billionaire.
Yes.
Yeah.
When she was on stage at, I think, the New York Times thing a few weeks ago, she basically said, we want to live in a world where you could basically predict anything, basically meaning bet anything. Like, do you think you're going to make a left or a right? Like, you could bet on it, right? And that's essentially what's happening. So I sent in our group chat today, Polymarket, about what the odds, or you could bet on what words Trump will say in his speech today, right?
Sure, yeah.
And it was Hanukkah to Venezuela to China to Taiwan. You could bet on anything, right?
I mean, in Polymarket, the last Fed meeting, which was last week, you could bet if Powell's going to say good afternoon.
Yeah.
And apparently good afternoon means rate cut. If he doesn't say good afternoon, there's no rate cut.
Yeah.
And then you can iterate on that and then bet on the rate cut.
Yes, which is psychotic. So I hate it. I'm in favor of,
it's worse than sports gambling?
Yes, way worse. And I think it's going to get so addicting. I think we should ban prediction markets. I think we should ban all gambling immediately. Like, it is catastrophic. If people are worried about AI, I am most worried about gambling. I think specifically young men and men in general gamble way too much. It's fucking horrible. As someone that was a DJ and gambler for over a decade, I can't even look at these things. It's so irritating to see how bad it is.
And it's like the most, old age vice that everyone has is gambling. Yeah. Like, even if you think about it, like, remember The Last Dance, Jordan?
Yeah.
This is the 90s, right? So imagine what he's doing now with Kalshi and Polymarket.
Yeah.
He would bribe the baggage claim guy so his bag comes out first, and he'd bet the other player, my bag's coming out first.
Yeah. I would say, like, it is very dangerous. I think it's fucking horrible.
But is it dangerous, or is it just basically enhancing because you can make the same argument with Instagram, social media. That's what people wanted. They wanted a fucking flex. They wanted a show.
This is like fucking vanishes into thin air. It's money. It's literally like then you got to cap it. The average person can only bet $1,000 a year.
Yeah, because then you have to say, okay, I mean, we already have, drinking's 21, cigarettes 18.
Prediction market should be 50.
I think you're right.
Like, you should not. And on your 50th birthday, you can bet your first prediction market. These kids are going to lose everything.
Everything.
Even look what happened with the altcoins. It's done. They
lost everything.
It's going to happen again in a few years, the next cycle. But like, they all lost everything. They all went to zero.
Yeah.
Like 100% of them. All those meme coins are gone. Donuts. How many billions of dollars from young people's money was just evaporated?
A lot. And you're right. And I mean, it's not going to get regulated because it's happening too quickly.
It's way too quick. By the time Chuck Schumer figures about this, it'll be $1 trillion spent.
I mean, Vlad's the one. He keeps monetizing the fucking dumb average person.
Yeah. Vlad might be a goat.
Vlad's actually like that evil genius.
Yeah. He's just preying on
like the movies that are made about the evil genius.
Yes, he's it. It is bad, and I'm terrified.
Like, we went from GameStop to predicting whether someone says good afternoon.
Yeah.
GameStop is child's play.
Nothing. There was a limit how much you could lose. Yeah, this is bad.
Someone should just start making the Netflix movie now about prediction markets.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would say,
I think Michael Lewis, he loves that shit.
yeah. I would say
we should do it. Maybe it'll be first group chat movie.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the iPhone moment for prediction market was the last election when the prediction market predicted Trump to win.
Well, no, it actually happened in 2016. Like, I don't know if you remember.
I don't.
So in 2016, because this was like the ongoing thing, and dude, we're like dinosaurs now. That was 11 years ago.
9 years ago.
9 years, sorry.
Yeah.
That the betting markets predict better than whatever the polls are saying.
Yeah.
So if you looked at the betting markets, I think it was like 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, so right before the 6 p.m. close for the Eastern markets.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then the odds just went crazy to Trump, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
And the betting markets figured out Trump's going to win, and no one actually understood until 7 p.m. PST. But the betting markets figured out by 5:45 p.m. PST.
Well, because when you incentivize people with money, I think there was a story about someone who was betting on the thing. They had their own posters because they're like risking millions of dollars.
And even when we did the live pod in 2020, we were doing it like kind of all night, and we saw the betting market flip to Biden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Live on the pod, we're like, oh, he's going to win.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
And this is more efficient. And that's why people talk about the prediction markets as the new media.
No,
like,
I get it. I understand why it's the best thing in the world. I think it's very dangerous.
It's dangerous, but it also actually predicts the news better than some.
My advice would be to either cap it for individuals. So if they want to,
but then it won't be effective for what the media perspective
I think if institutions want to put their money in it and raise money, and people want to invest in a company that invests, like VC. To me, it's like VC.
Well, they're all backed by VCs, right? The prediction,
no, I'm saying
the Polymarket and Kalshi, both VCs.
No. I'm talking about people who bet on the market.
Got it. Like you're backing that trader that was on 60 Minutes.
Yeah, that guy, which bet like $400 million and made like $2 million is not a good return, by the way. He's not even good at what he does. But it's just like it. I don't know. I think like it's complete fuckery.
It is. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Let's move on to winners, losers, content. Who's your winner of the week?
I have two winners. So Barstool signed a Netflix deal.
Yeah, I saw that. So 3 podcasts.
So Pardon My Take, which is the #1 sports podcast in America.
Okay.
And then Ryan Russillo, who just left The Ringer to go to Barstool. So now they're going to do exclusive content on Netflix. So video. The audio is still available everywhere. So that means the video is off of YouTube. Off of Spotify, exclusively on Netflix. So they must have paid a bag.
Yeah.
I mean, El Presidente,
Dave Portnoy is one of the more underappreciated media barons.
He's the Bob Iger of our generation.
Wow. Bob Iger. That's a big one.
I mean, think about it. Think about who he's created.
I would say he's more of the Walt Disney.
So bigger than Iger.
Yeah, because I think he needs a Bob Iger. I think he's an under-executed.
He's the best eye for talent we've seen in media.
Yeah, and the thing about him is that it's not about him. He's fucking smart about that. He's put on, like, the biggest podcast is not his. It's those guys, right?
Pardon My Take, yeah.
Yeah, and then the talent that has come underneath him is insane.
Call her daddy, Alex Cooper. She's made what, $200 million.
Yeah. And there's
Pat McAfee's the face of ESPN.
Yeah,
that was under Portnoy, and then the Pardon My Take guys, and then he plucked Russillo, and now he's on Netflix.
Yeah, the guy's a media genius.
He is
a genius.
Went from a paper boy.
Yeah,
that's his background.
Well, I mean, that's his good story.
You don't think he was? He was. I'm pretty sure he was.
No one was reading the papers then already.
He was slinging the paper.
I think it's a great story. Who's your second winner?
Taylor Swift. So she has her new documentary that came out separate from the Eras Tour. She grossed over $2 billion. She gave $197 million to her staff.
Wow.
So the average dancer made $750,000 to be on her tour.
Oh my God.
And the truck drivers got the $100,000 bonus, which has been reported.
Yeah.
But $197 million she gave away.
That's insane. Well, this is what I believe in the AI revolution will happen. The companies.
Be a dancer.
What? There you go.
I know the dancers because of all the TikToks.
And by the way, that's like you got to be Taylor Swift dancer. I don't know, just being a dancer is gonna pay off. That's unbelievable. Huge. It's like life changing for all those people.
Yeah.
My winner of the week. So I've been hot to trot on World Cup tickets.
Yep.
June 12th, LA, USA, I think Panama.
SoFi.
Blockbuster. The tickets are like 50 grand right now on StubHub. 40 grand. Joke. Super Bowl doesn't cost. You can get in the Super Bowl $1,500.
Easy.
Right? USA is going to have 3 matches.
Yep.
At least. Yesterday they announced they're dropping tickets across the country as low as $60. Obviously, they did their stupid draw. They did their thing. And everyone laughed at the pricing. So I went on their website yesterday and the SoFi tickets are still like minimum like $1,200 for I think the worst seats. And it's still a lottery. You're not guaranteed to get them. In other states though, like Seattle, the same USA game is like $500 or something like that. It's a lot cheaper. I was like nervous that like there's no chance I'm able to get tickets if this is how they do it. FIFA is literally
it's a mafia.
It's a mafia.
Yeah.
Then when I go to checkout last night, it's only Visa or MasterCard. I only know my Amex number. I couldn't even buy the fucking tickets or enter the draw because they have a deal with Visa and MasterCard. You can't use an American Express. It is just like, okay, at least the win is that the prices are coming down.
Yeah. So why are you buying so early? Because we see the tourist ban that effectively is coming.
I want to lock in at least one game just in case it's actually chaotic. But if they do the DNA testing to come into the country,
it's over.
Then I'm going to every game.
Yeah,
because no one's going to
fly around the country.
Yes, I will fly around the country.
Have you seen that meme that it's cheaper to go to Tokyo Disneyland than it is to LA Disneyland?
Yeah. I mean, it's even cheaper. Like, I was looking at Laker game tickets for January.
Mm-hmm.
They're so fucking expensive.
You don't pay for tickets. What are you talking about?
I know, but like
expensive for who?
I know, but let's just say I wanted to pay for tickets. I wanted to pay for 4 tickets. I was looking. If I were to pay, I don't know if you guys saw this. The Pelicans are giving away seats.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sweet, $750.
So you should fly to New Orleans.
I literally was like,
and it's cheap. You could be at the Ritz for like $200.
That's my point. If it instead of spending $1,500 to kind of sit in the corner 20 rows up.
And you at least get an experience.
Yeah, you get a whole thing. You can buy a Coach Delta for pretty fucking cheap.
Stay at the Ritz.
I could take my entire family.
And you could walk to the game.
Yes.
Because I know the downtown's right by the stadium.
And I can invite 25 people to have this box in New Orleans. It doesn't make sense to see your favorite player or favorite team in LA or New York. Makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. Even if you live here.
No. I remember, I think I said last year I was with StockX. I went to Detroit and
you were courtside
with the Pistons. And I just looked up and the Lakers were in town and LeBron was playing. I looked up the ticket prices. You can get in for $40. Dude, if we want to see LeBron in LA, it's $500.
And you're up top.
Up top. You're not getting tickets.
You're not seeing LeBron.
No.
You might as well go to Cosm.
You're seeing the screen.
Go to Cosm.
Yeah.
And you could see LeBron.
Yeah, you're not seeing LeBron. It's crazy. So, but I mean, the win is that I honestly like if he bans all countries from visiting, it's great for
it's great for us. We're gonna be able to go to any game you want.
Because I'm like dying for the World Cup. I think it's gonna be.
I mean, the World Cup is amazing.
Yeah,
it's just like logistically, how does that work?
The price has to come down. All right, who's your loser?
Loser of the week. I don't know if I have a loser. I'm trying to think. Do you have a loser? And maybe I'll think about one.
My loser is a chart came out last week.
Oh, the LAUSD.
About the LAUSD. So we are products of the LAUSD, elementary, middle school, and high school. Turned out great. There is a clear distinction in where student enrollment is going and where employees are going. So this is over a, call it 12-year period from 2013. 2013, LAUSD had 55,000 employees, 517,000 students. Huge. 2022-23, 66,000 employees, 385,000 students. There is 130,000 delta of students that have left the school district. And there's 10,000 more people working at LAUSD. This is, and
that's the increase of bureaucracy. That's the problem.
And that's happening at every college.
Yep.
That's happening at every government institution. I don't want to single out the LAUSD. I'm sure the DMV looks like that. I'm sure the Department of Energy looks like that. I'm talking every organization looks like that. We're all bloated. One, where the fuck are all these kids going? Did they leave the state?
They either left the state or they're not going to school. I don't know.
Is no one going to school anymore? Or is homeschooling just exploded?
You know, it's funny. I
actually know people are homeschooling now.
Homeschooling's big. And I forget, I was in an Uber at like 8:30 in the morning. So right when school.
Yeah.
And I asked the Uber driver, I was like, why are all these kids out because when we were in school, if you were out, cops came and said, you got to go back to school.
Yeah.
And they'd either fine you, whatever, they'd scare you to go back to school. He's like, no one cares. These kids get to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's a real big issue. Like, who's auditing this? What's going on? Why are we increasing staff and reducing students? That makes no sense. I've now dealt with the public school district. I can't say anything, but I understand the bureaucracy of all these things, and it is frustrating. And I do have a loser. Sorry, the NFL got fucked. Christmas Day.
No Mahomes.
There's no Mahomes.
Yeah.
Every game sucks.
No, isn't there Detroit Vikings?
Every game I think is terrible and has no impact.
Dallas doesn't have an impact?
Dallas is out.
Dallas is out?
Yeah.
So I think Detroit matters, right?
No, they lost to the Rams. I think they're out. They lost Sunday.
They're not out, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. So then they're screwed.
No game matters and no Mahomes.
They're bad. They
paid a fortune. Amazon got a bag.
And they thought they
nailed it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just think about the teams. You have Patrick Mahomes, you have Justin Jefferson, you have Jared Goff, you have Amon-Ra, you have all these like mega star names.
Yeah. I just want to confirm the Lions are out. Are the Lions out of the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe basketball sees a bump.
Well, they're the day after or the day before.
There's still Christmas Day.
Are
games.
they going
Lakers
head-to-head?
are playing on Christmas. They have a 5 p.m. game.
But good. I think they went too hard.
Yeah.
They want to take over everything.
Yeah,
Black Friday, Christmas.
You're like,
just chill out.
Yeah.
You already won.
Yeah. You're not gonna win every day. Content.
Yeah, the Lions are pretty much done. Yeah.
Okay. Content
of the week. I think I'm gonna watch the Taylor Swift the docuseries, and I haven't watched it. I started like 5 minutes of it, but everyone from all the friends I've talked to have been enamored with it. And these are people that aren't Taylor Swift fans, that they just saw the doc. They're like,
what
wow.
channel is it on?
Disney.
Disney.
So Eras Tour was on Disney, and now she did this docuseries. I think it's 4 episodes. And I think even if you're not a Taylor Swift fan, everyone appreciates the business like leader she is.
Yeah.
And what she's done. So
amazing.
That's my content.
I will be watching football.
You can't watch Christmas Day. What are you going to do Christmas Day?
Friday. This Friday.
Oh, you're
Alabama, Oklahoma. Saturday, Miami, Texas A&M. Tulane, Ole Miss. Oregon, James Madison. Blockbuster weekend, first round of college football
Love
playoffs.
it. Yeah.
Those are each 20, 30 million viewers for each game.
College football is unstoppable. I mean, I think the theater of college football, obviously the viewers don't compare. The theater of college football has eclipsed the NFL for me. The theater.
I've always liked college football more than NFL. I'm a junkie.
I just feel like it's gotten better. The pregame shows are better. Everything's better.
They have real talent now in pregame, right? Like they have blockbuster talent. And I think, And
Like you have the big noon kickoff, which is awesome with
and the
Liner
NIL
and those guys.
and also made in the parody. Like now it's like my one thing Big Loser also was $2 oil, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Texas.
Oh, you think they're screwed?
Screwed. NIL gone.
You think Double Eagle? That's my guys. Texas Tech.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Campbell. You think he's fucked? He drill baby drill.
Yeah, I mean they drill too much.
He's on the Trump advisory board too. The donor.
Yeah, he's toast. $2 gas. The West Coast and East Coast teams start becoming.
You think the coasts are better?
Yeah, the coast money is different. It's not based on $2.
I wonder. I know you've talked about Nike's decline.
Yeah.
You think Oregon declines on lockstep with Nike's decline?
No, I mean Oregon's still a top program. I mean Phil Knight.
I know, but if Nike's not hot, everyone went there because you get the Nike experience.
Yeah, I mean clearly. I mean they're not the best team. I mean the best player in the country is Fernando Mendoza, and he crushed it on his Heisman speech. Similar to your Taylor Swift reference, even if you don't like football or don't watch sports, you should listen to his speech. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah,
the guy's going to be an incredible leader, whether in sports or in life, wherever he decides to do. Incredible speech, very, very inspiring. But yeah, look, I think I'm excited for football. That's all I care about it. All right, shout outs. First one from Jay Bunga. Yeah, frick self-checkout.
What's frick mean?
Well, he probably doesn't say fuck. Maybe he's Mormon.
Jay Bunga doesn't sound like a Mormon. 6426.
Next one from Scott. Shout out to Drake May for staying with the play and blocking downfield. Josh Allen could never. Hashtag MVP.
We like Josh Allen though, Scott. I know, he was on the pod.
Yeah, Josh Allen was on the pod, but damn, the Patriots are back.
They are back.
Yeah.
But the Bills are good too.
They're great. It's going to be a very, very fun January.
It'll be a new era of who the
new players.
Yeah, it's good. Drake or Josh Allen, or if it's Jordan Love.
Yeah. Or it could be Matt Stafford again.
Or Stafford. Or Darnold.
Yeah. Should be great. All right. Thanks, Cathy's. Have an incredible weekend. Stay safe with that fog. Keep an eye out. If you live in the towers in LA, tell me what's up there. You guys
can you see?
Tell us what you see, the movement.
Or you can't see.
Yeah.
Or what's being moved.
Yes.
In the clouds.
What's being moved. All right. See you Sunday.